Hello traders, FX Pip Collector here. Today is Wednesday, March 13th, and this is my midweek update. So, every single thing on this list right here, from top to bottom or bottom to top, however you want to look at it, I do analyze every single day in the New York session and in the London session for my premium members. And to celebrate the launch of my brand new website, which just launched yesterday, I am offering on my website, which will be linked at the end of this video and in the description, I am offering my membership for the lowest price I've ever offered it to celebrate my new website at $30 a month. And this comes with a trading course, live trading sessions during the New York and the London session, access to the library on educational library on Discord, and I do share all my swing trade setups. Now this is not a signal service, but at the time I enter trades, I definitely do share them with the group. So anyways, let's run through all these pairs real quick, and let's look at all these pairs real quick from the daily time frame and get a quick look of what I'm looking for and what I'm looking to see. So Bitcoin, I think, is very obviously in a wave 3. I think this is very obviously a wave 1. This is an ABC of 2, and this is a 1, 2, 3 of wave 3. Fibonacci extension tells me that we're probably heading up to at least a 161.8. So there may be some pullbacks along the way, but I am definitely still bullish at least until we get up to here, and that's right around the $78,000 area. And honestly, the way things have been going on Bitcoin, it does not have to stop there. It could possibly just keep on going. So what does that tell me? That tells me that I am looking for pullback entries on shorter time frames. At the end of every single pullback I see, I would just do nothing except for try to get long in an uptrend. So the SPX500 or the US 500, we are approaching a Fibonacci extension level, but I also think there's a pretty good chance that this could, go beyond that level. But for now, at least until we get a break of structure to the downside and a Fibonacci bounce like that, until I see this picture right here on the daily time frame, I am definitely bullish, and I am for sure looking for longs on shorter time frames also on this one. Natural gas is another one that I think is going exactly as we planned, because I think this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think it's probably going to go down, take out these lows, and then it's probably going to reverse up and take out structure. So I am definitely still looking for shorts. I'm looking for pullback entries to go short on shorter time frames. I think there's a pretty good chance it's going to go down, take out this low, and maybe even head down to like the 1.5 area. So looking for shorts in a downtrend on this one at the end of pullbacks. Just like always, every single pullback I see, I am just looking to get short for the continuation of this downtrend. Oil has been kind of all over the place. We had some oil news today, but I do think that oil is actually pretty clear on the higher time frames that we're looking at like an ABCDE pattern. I think it needs to clearly take out these highs right here. I think it needs to at least go to the 50% Fibonacci retracement. And when it gets there, if I see like a double top with a break of structure, that's when I'm going to start looking for shorts again. But as of right now, the trend is definitely my friend, and the trend is definitely telling me that I need to continue to look for longs in a uptrend. Silver is pretty much the same as gold for the most part. I mean, I'm definitely looking for longs on silver, and I'm looking for longs on gold. I actually think that both of these are in a big uptrend if you go all the way up to the weekly time frame. I actually think that silver is potentially going to go back all the way up and test these highs eventually. Now, that is the weekly time frame, so that's going to take a long time to play out, but the trend is definitely up. So what am I doing? I'm looking for three-way pullbacks, 1, 2, 3. I'm looking for entries to go long, just like everything else. The trend is my friend, and I will continue to look for longs until the higher time frames tell me otherwise. Pretty much exactly the same thing on gold, except for I think gold is very clearly in a wave 3. I think this is a 1, a 2. I think this is a 3. My target on gold is actually all the way up to about the $2,500 area. So yeah, there's definitely going to be some pullbacks along the way, but for sure looking for longs. Now, we did have a bounce out of Fibonacci extension level, but as you can see, it's still going up. No lower high, no break of structure, no reason to do anything except for look for longs on shorter time frames. There's been a couple pretty nice longs lately. This is actually pretty clearly 3 waves down right there. We've had some very, very nice entries. Really, about the only way you could have lost money on this pair over the last couple of weeks is if you tried to go short. Otherwise, you probably had some extremely profitable trades. I know some people in my members group have definitely been killing it on this one. So the Kiwi Swiss, going back up to the daily time frame. I am thinking that the Kiwi Swiss possibly ended in ABC correction, possibly at wave 4. Impulsive down, corrective up. I'm watching my Fibonacci retracement levels. I think there's a pretty good chance that this is also going to continue to downtrend, most likely in a wave 5. So you need to take that information, you need to apply it to the shorter time frames, and you need to trade in that direction on the shorter time frames. So the Kiwi CAD is obviously very correlated with the Kiwi Swiss. And this to me looks like 5 waves down. I actually think this first push up is still a wave 1, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 1. I think this is possibly a wave A. I think this is possibly a wave B. And I think this is very, very likely to go down, maybe even all the way back down to this channel line for a wave C before we potentially continue up, probably for a 2 and a wave 3. So, just like the other ones, the daily time frame gives me direction, shorter time frames. Now I go down to the shorter time frames, and every time I see a pullback, I go short. So, looking for shorts on that. The Canadian Swiss is kind of ranging right now. I do have a couple possibilities on this. Either it's an ABC, and this right here is the end of a correction, and this is going to make lower lows, lower highs, and just keep on going down. Or possibly it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's still going up. So usually when I have, multiple outlooks, like I could see this going bearish or bullish, usually at that point I just wait for more clarity, and I kind of skip over it. I mean, looking at other Swiss pairs, it does kind of seem likely that maybe it will end up going down, but I also do see a bullish outlook too, so kind of skipping over that one a little bit. The Aussie yen is a trade that I shared with my group this week, and boy, this thing is going excellent. If you actually zoom out quite a ways, I actually think this is a triple zigzag. I think this is a big wave A, triple zigzag through the middle, end of a wave B. I think that this is potentially going all the way up to one of these higher Fibonacci extension levels to now make a wave C. So take that information as you will. I know that I am definitely looking for pullbacks on shorter time frames to go long. Aussie Swiss. I don't know. I mean, some of these Aussie pairs look like they could go down, but a lot of them to me look like they could go up still. I'm still calling this a wave A. I'm still calling this an A, B, C, or B. I still think there's a very good likelihood this is going to go up and make a wave C. So what does that tell me? That tells me that just like everything else, if I think the daily time frame is going up, then I'm doing nothing except for looking for shorts on shorter time frames. Or if I think it's going up, I'm doing nothing but looking for longs on shorter time frames. Aussie CAD. I was wondering if the Aussie CAD was going to turn down because the Kiwi CAD does look like it wants to turn down. And really, if it makes like a double top and then goes down and breaks structure, I would definitely at that point call it an ABC correction. And I would definitely stop looking for longs and I would start looking for shorts again. But until I get, either a lower high or a break of structure to the downside on my roadmap time frames, I am for sure looking for longs, and I actually think there is a possibility it could keep stretching out. But if the market tells me otherwise, which this is what's going to tell me otherwise, then I will definitely stop looking for longs, and I will definitely start looking for shorts again. So moving up the list, a lot of people are very bearish on these cross Aussie Kiwi pairs, like the pound Aussie, pound Kiwi, Yo Aussie, Yo Kiwi, but I still think that they're going up. I actually still think that this is the end of a correction right here, and this is a 1, this is a 2, and I actually think this is potentially a wave 3. If this is a wave 3 on the daily time frame, then we're most likely going to be spending the next several weeks and maybe even the next several months looking for long pullback entries on shorter time frames. Taking it to the pound Aussie. Now the Aussie is definitely still very strong, which is causing these pairs to go down quite a bit further. Until we break this structure right here, I mean, I could potentially see this bouncing off a fib level and just continuing back up. I mean, technically, we definitely do have an engulfing move to the downside. So, I mean, I think technically you should be looking for shorts on shorter time frames, but I would be paying close attention to these fib levels. If it bounces from a fib level, especially on the shorter time frames, makes a break of structure to the upside, then I would definitely stop looking for shorts. So I am looking for shorts, but I'm very cautiously looking for shorts because I do think that most of these cross Aussie pairs are still going up. The pound Swiss. If you zoom out quite a ways on the pound Swiss, I actually am pretty bullish on this one too. I think it's a wave A, I think it's a wave B, I think we're most likely going up for a wave C. If this is a wave C, then yeah, there's going to be pullbacks along the way, but it's most likely going to go up either to the 100% Fibonacci extension or the 78% Fibonacci extension, which tells me that I'm looking for longs on shorter time frames. The pound CAD. Honestly, the pound CAD is pretty similar in a way. If you go out to the weekly, you actually see what I do expect to happen on the weekly. I actually think this is a big old wave Y, and I do think that this is also trending up. So, definitely looking for longs on that. You almost have to go all the way up to the monthly to see my forecast on this, which is all the way up here. Now, this is a monthly time frame, so this potentially could take a year or more to play out. But if that analysis is right, then we are going to be looking for longs until proven otherwise. It is definitely going down right now, but we have no breaker structure to the downside. The trend is definitely up. We have no Fibonacci bounce. Definitely looking for longs on shorter time frames. So going to the Euro Kiwi. I think there's a very good chance that these cross pairs have ended a correction. I think this is an ABCDE. I think this is going to keep going up over the coming weeks and coming months. Now, it's not just going to go up in a straight line, but that's actually good news for us because I do look for pullbacks as opportunities. Pullbacks for me are nothing to fear, but pullbacks are opportunities to go long again for the continuation of the uptrend. So definitely looking for longs on that. Like I said, the Aussie is a little bit stronger, so this one definitely does kind of have a little bit of a bearish outlook. Technically, we do have a breaker structure, so technically you should be looking for shorts most likely. I do see the possibility of this turning into a big WXY like this. But if the Euro Kiwi is going up and the pound Aussie and the pound Kiwi are going up, then this one's probably going to go up too. So I mean, you have to be a little bit cautious because it did break structure to the downside, but I think it's just a bear trap. I think there's a very good likelihood this is going to end up continuing the uptrend in the coming days and weeks also. The Euro Pound, I think the Euro Pound may be close to confirming that this really is a wave C. We've been looking at it as either a wave C or either a wave 3. Now, we are at the 100% Fibonacci extension, which is right where wave C should end. But we don't have that breaker structure yet, but we do have a higher low, and it is definitely looking pretty impulsive. It does look like it is going to go up, break structure, probably make a pullback, and just keep on trending up from there. And if that is the case, it's probably eventually going to take out all these highs. Now, this is going to also take a very long time to play out, but if you are a swing trader, this could be a very, very good opportunity. And I definitely am a swing trader. I hold on to my trades for quite some time. Euro Swiss. Oh yeah, look at the Euro Swiss. That's actually going up very, very nicely. I personally think the Euro Swiss is in a 1, 2, 3. I think it's going to at least go up and take out these highs, probably end up right around one of the 178 or the 161.8, probably make a wave 4 and make a wave 5. So, definitely still looking for longs on the Euro Swiss also. Euro Canadian. I also think, just like the pound Canadian, which the pound CAD and the Euro CAD are very correlated, I think this is like a big WXY pattern on the monthly. I think this is a 1. I think this is an ABC of 2. I personally think this is going to go up. Now, at some point, it probably will make a little bit of a bigger pullback, like a subdivision 1, subdivision 2, and then go up for wave 3. But until we get some sort of evidence that this wave 1 is over, I definitely am looking for longs on shorter time frames at the end of pullbacks. So as far as the yen pairs go, I do base a lot of my yen trades on the JPY basket analysis. I'm kind of wondering what's about this JPY basket because to me it kind of looks like a 1, 2, 3. I think there's a good chance this is a wave 4 and it's potentially going to go up for a wave 5. If this goes up for a wave 5, then that means that all these yen pairs are going to go down also. Now, the yen has pretty much been in a downtrend for the better part of 4 or 5 years now. So this maybe it is going to go up, but even if it does go up, the trend is down and it might just keep on going down. But I am thinking that there's a pretty good possibility it may go up, take out these highs, and then end up coming back down. Or maybe this really is an ABC correction, and maybe it's just going to keep on making lower lows, lower highs. Like I said, this is about a 4 to 5 year downtrend on the yen, or a 4 to 5 year uptrend on the yen pairs. So, I mean, any time that this thing goes up, it just makes a correction and just keeps on trending down. So we definitely do need to be careful about going short on the yen pairs, that's for sure. So the Swiss yen. I still think the trend is up overall. The question is whether or not this is really the end of a correction. I kind of feel like there's a pretty good chance it's going to go down one more time before it goes up. I am technically still looking for shorts on these. Kind of the same thing with all of them. I mean, all the yen pairs to me are pretty much exactly the same strategy, which is I'm following the JPY basket and I'm looking for trades based on the JPY basket. I think it's more likely that most of these are going to end up pushing down again before they push up. So I am still looking for shorts. I think these are not over. Some of them might even go down and break structure before they actually go up. So I think as of right now, we should be looking for shorts on the yen pairs. I mean, some of them definitely do look like they could go up. But I'm not really convinced that the trend is just going to keep on trending. I think it's more likely to end up doing something like that. So I am primarily looking for shorts on the JPY pairs cautiously because, like I said, this is about a 4 to 5 year uptrend if you go all the way up to the monthly. Which I don't know about you guys, but if I see a 4 to 5 year uptrend, then I would prefer to trade with the trend, which means I am looking for shorts cautiously, but I primarily am looking for evidence that this is actually going back up for the long, because I know if I get long, then that's going to be a swing trade that I can potentially hold on to for several days, several weeks, and maybe even a month or more. So, like I said, I think that we should most likely continue to look for shorts, but I think we need to be cautious because at some point they could end up continuing the uptrend. The US dollar yen is a little bit of a mixture between the yen and the dollar, obviously, but I think there's a pretty good chance that this is also going to go down. So, now that we're to the dollar pairs, I also base all my dollar trades on my US dollar analysis, not the DXY analysis, but the US dollar analysis. And I actually still think that there's a possibility that this US dollar is just going to keep on going down. I still think this is a 1, possibly a 2. I think it's going to keep going down potentially. I mean, there's obviously going to be some pullbacks to the upside on shorter time frames, maybe something like this. But I am definitely basically on the short side. I'm actually pretty heavily short the dollar right now. Looking at the US dollar Swiss, so this is very clearly a downtrend. I think it's a 1. I think this is a trend up also, but I think it's a motive wave trend, wave 2. Impulsive down, very, very corrective up. I think this is going to lead to more impulsive down, probably eventually making a nice wave 3. I mean, obviously I'm watching the dollar for confirmation, but I mean, it seems pretty clear. US dollar Canadian, same type of thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 1, A. Probably an ending diagonal wave C. This one did kind of miss a Fibonacci level, but I mean, every once in a while you do get those Fibonacci misses. I think we already have a wave 2. I think over the coming weeks and months, this thing is just going to keep on trending down for a wave 3. Kiwi dollar. Now, the Kiwi dollar out of all the dollar pairs still looks a little bit on the bearish side, but if the dollar goes down, then this is going to go up also. I just don't really think this would be the best choice for going long unless the Kiwi for some reason has some sort of news event which causes it to just keep on trending up. I mean, I definitely would be looking for longs on shorter time frames, but I would be a little bit cautious about this one. Aussie dollar is much more convincing. Looks like an ABC down, probably a 1, probably a 2. Break of structure to the upside. Probably a subdivision 1, subdivision 2. I personally think that these are in a wave 3, and over the coming weeks and months, we're going to be looking for longs on shorter time frames. So taking it to the pound dollar. Pound dollar has actually been one of the stronger ones out of the bunch. I actually think that this is already over too. I think this is the end of a wave 2 down here. I think this 5 waves up is a subdivision 1. This is an ABCDE subdivision 2. I think we're in a wave 3 right now, and any pullbacks we see on shorter time frames, I think it just corrects into the uptrend in that wave 3. So definitely looking for longs in a uptrend. Euro dollar still going up pretty nicely. Same thing pretty much. I think this is a wave 2, expanding flat wave 2. I think this 5 waves up is a wave 1. I think this is an ABC of 2. I think we're in a wave 3. Now that doesn't mean that we may not get some significant pullbacks, but I always look at pullbacks as a good opportunity not to go short, but a good opportunity to get long again for the continuation of the uptrend. So definitely looking for shorts on shorter time frames. Looking for longs, I'm sorry. Definitely looking for longs on shorter time frames. Now, I just went through all these pairs. Now, this is just a little screenshot of what I do every single day for my premium members. Like I said, every single day I do these live streams. During the London session, I do a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday live stream about 90 minutes long, starting at 7:30 a.m. UK time. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I do about a 2-hour live stream starting at 1 p.m. UK time. 4 days a week. And during these live streams, I do the full top-down analysis. During this midweek update, I just looked at the daily. I go all the way down to the 1 hour and beyond, and I will take entries with the group. Now, like I said, I am not a scalper. You're never going to find me on the 1 5-minute time frame looking for trades. I actually much prefer to trade like the 2 hour time frame and up. But during my live streams, I do the full top-down analysis all the way to the 1 hour time frame and all these pairs from top to bottom. I look at everything every single day during these live streams, all the way down to the 1 hour time frame. And like I said, I just barely launched my brand new website yesterday. And to celebrate the launch of my brand new website, I am offering my membership for $30 a month. Comes with a trading course, comes with all the Zoom meetings, comes with me sharing all my swing trade setups, which is not a signal service, but every time I enter a trade, I do tell the group that I'm entering now, and this is my stop loss. As far as take profits go, I don't really use take profits. I usually exit my trades discretionary. I'm really not a big fan of take profits because I really do not like limiting myself, to how far a trade could go. So you get access to my swing trade setups, you get access to the private channels on Discord, the educational library on Discord, which I have pretty much every Elliot Way pattern you can think of on there. You get access to my trading course, which is located here on my website. And you get the live trading sessions, which I do 9 of them a week during the London and New York sessions. And this is live trading. Like I said, I take entries during these meetings all the time. So if anybody is interested in that, the website is https://fxpipcollector.com. The link for that will be at the end of this video, and it will also be in the description. So I will be doing these midweek updates every Wednesday, and I'll be doing the week to come updates every Saturday. But make sure you like and subscribe to my channel because I do make videos every single weekday, pretty much every day anyways, even weekday or not, I make videos. So make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell. And definitely take advantage of this $30 a month because if you pay in euros, this is actually around 27 euros a month. If you pay in pounds, this is around 24, 25 pounds a month, which is extremely cheap, especially if you start looking at other people that offer what I offer. And a lot of those people offer membership programs that are several $100s a month. I want to keep my membership very, very cheap because I want to see as many successful traders as possible. I want people to learn and earn at the same time. So, as always, happy trading and good luck to everybody.